Imagine pulling into your quiet suburban driveway after a long shift, only to find your nosy HOA president lurking like a bad omen. Clipboard poised to ruin your day over a violation that's about as real as her community spirit. But what if that target was no ordinary neighbor? And her power trip ignited a chain reaction exposing years of dirty secrets, leaving her stripped of everything she lorded over? In the heart of Willow Creek, a picture-perfect suburb in sunny California where every lawn was mowed to HOA-mandated precision and mailboxes gleamed like they were auditioning for a catalog, lived Alex Rivera. Alex was the kind of guy who kept to himself, fixed cars in his garage on weekends, waved at neighbors without lingering for chit-chat, and generally minded his own business in a neighborhood that thrived on everyone else's. But whispers followed him like exhaust fumes. "That guy's shady," they'd say at block parties he skipped. Heard he got fired from his last job for something dodgy, probably embezzlement or worse. It started small, a rumor seeded by who knows who. But in Willow Creek, gossip was the unofficial currency, and it painted Alex as the black sheep in a flock of pristine sheep. He heard it all, the sidelong glances when he walked his dog, the hushed conversations that cut off mid-sentence as he passed. Alex didn't fight it. He just observed, cataloging the pettiness like mental notes in a mechanic's logbook. His wife, Detective Lena Rivera, was the real force in their home, sharp-eyed, unflappable, with a badge that commanded respect downtown but apparently meant squat in suburbia. Their driveway held her unmarked sedan most nights, a subtle reminder of her job upholding actual laws, not the arbitrary ones dreamed up by clipboard-wielding tyrants. One crisp Saturday morning, Alex was elbow-deep in his old Jeep's engine, grease staining his forearms as he swapped out a faulty alternator. The air smelled of fresh-cut grass and brewing coffee from inside the house. Then came the clip-clop of sensible heels on concrete, followed by that voice, like nails on a chalkboard dipped in fake politeness. "Excuse me. Sir? Sir?" Alex straightened up, wiping his brow. And there she was, Marge Kensington, HOA president extraordinaire, with her platinum bob haircut sharper than her tongue, a pearl necklace choking her neckline, and those cat-eye glasses perched like judgment incarnate. Clipboard in one hand, a thermos of what was probably decaf judgment in the other. "What's the issue this time, Marge?" Alex asked, his tone flat as the driveway. She jabbed a finger toward Lena's sedan, parked neatly where it always was. "That vehicle, it's unsightly and violates Section 4.2 of the Covenants. No commercial or government-marked cars allowed overnight. It lowers property values. You know, we have standards here." Alex leaned against the Jeep, crossing his arms. "It's not commercial. It's my wife's work car. She's a detective." Marge's lips pursed like she'd sucked a lemon. "Work car. Government plates, same difference. It's got that antenna thingy and looks official. We can't have that eyesore scaring off potential buyers. Move it to the street or face a fine." Alex didn't budge. He just glanced toward the front door, where Lena emerged in her civilian clothes, jeans and a hoodie, but with her badge clipped to her belt. Sipping tea like this was just another Saturday skit. She strolled over, eyeing Marge with the calm of someone who'd stared down actual criminals. "Everything all right here?" Lena asked, her voice smooth but edged. Marge blinked, adjusting her glasses. "No. Actually, you're, whatever this is in violation. I'll have to issue a citation if it's not relocated." Lena smiled thinly. "I'm Detective Rivera with the County Sheriff's Office. This car's authorized for residential parking under state law. California Vehicle Code 22507 exempts law enforcement vehicles. Marge huffed, flipping pages on her clipboard dramatically. HOA rules supersede that nonsense. We're a private community. Standards must be upheld for everyone's benefit. Lena's eyebrow arched. Try again. Marge. Civil Code 4740 says otherwise. You can't restrict emergency responders. Marge's face reddened, her politeness cracking like cheap veneer. Well, if you won't comply, I'll escalate this. We have protocols. She stormed off, heels clicking indignantly, muttering about entitled newcomers ruining the vibe. The rumors amped up after that, like Marge had flipped a switch on the neighborhood grapevine. By Monday, Alex overheard two joggers whispering as they passed his yard. Did you hear? That Rivera guy's wife is some kind of cop. But they're flouting rules like they're above us all. Probably corrupt. Why else park that thing like a trophy? Alex kept his cool. But inside, he started piecing it together. Marge wasn't just enforcing rules, she was weaponizing them to maintain her little fiefdom. Lena, meanwhile, pulled some strings discreetly, checked public records on HOA filings, noting how Marge had been president for 5 unchallenged years. Her board a rubber-stamp crew of yes-men. That evening, over dinner, Lena slid a printout across the table. Look at this, HOA dues hiked 15% last year. But the community newsletter claims essential maintenance. Yet the playground's still rusted. And streetlights flicker like they're on life support. Alex nodded, chewing thoughtfully. She's spreading crap about us to distract. Classic deflection. They decided to play the long game, document everything, respond minimally, and wait for her to overplay her hand. Sure enough, midweek, a neon pink violation notice appeared taped to their garage door, citing ongoing nuisance vehicle and demanding $150 fine payment within 48 hours. Marge's signature looped at the bottom like a smug flourish. Lena photographed it, then drafted a formal rebuttal, citing statutes and CCING the county clerk for good measure. This is harassment, she said to Alex, sealing the envelope. But let's see how far she pushes. Neighbors started side-eyeing them more openly now, one even crossing the street to avoid conversation. Alex felt the isolation. But he observed, Marge's Lexus always parked impeccably. Her house the model of compliance. Yet whispers from a retired couple down the block hinted at her fining them 4 unauthorized bird feeders while ignoring her own overflowing trash bins on non-pickup days. Tension simmered until Friday afternoon, when Alex was raking leaves and spotted Marge marching up, phone in hand, dialing dramatically. I'm calling the authorities right now, she declared, voice pitched for maximum neighborhood theater. That car's still there, clear violation. Alex set down the rake, watching as she paced. 911? Yes. I'd like to report an illegally parked vehicle in Willow Creek. It's a government SUV, posing a safety hazard. Send someone immediately. Lena, home early, stepped out just as sirens wailed in the distance. 2 patrol cars pulled up, officers emerging with notepads ready. Marge flagged them like a traffic cop on steroids. Officers, that vehicle, it's breaking HOA law. Ticket it. Tow it. Whatever it takes. The lead officer, a burly guy named Ramirez, glanced at the sedan, then at Lena, who flashed her badge casually. Ma'am, is this your property? Ramirez asked Marge. She nodded vigorously. Yes. And as HOA president, I demand action. Lena stepped forward. I'm Detective Rivera. This is my authorized vehicle. Ramirez's eyes widened in recognition. Detective? From the fraud unit? Marge's smug grin faltered. Her face paling as realization dawned. You're a cop, she stammered. Clipboard slipping. Lena nodded coolly. Sheriff's Department. And you just wasted emergency resources on a false report. That's a misdemeanor under Penal Code 148.5. The second officer stifled a chuckle. Radioing dispatch. Marge backpedaled. Voice cracking. I didn't know. I thought it was just commercial. Ramirez turned to her. Ma'am. False reports tie up real emergencies. Consider this a warning. As the cruisers left, Marge stood frozen, humiliated under the afternoon sun. Neighbors' curtains twitching. Alex couldn't help a wry smile. Gonna fine us for breathing next? Marge huffed away. But the damage was done, her facade cracked. In the neighborhood, buzz shifted from Alex to her overreach. The backlash didn't stop Marge, it fueled her. By the next week, anonymous emails circulated via the HOA listserv, concerned about rule breakers eroding our values. Join the petition to enforce stricter vehicle policies. Signed, of course, by an anonymous resident, but the phrasing reeked of Marge's pearl-clutching prose. Alex and Lena found their mailbox stuffed with flyers. And one night, a rock wrapped in a note landed in their yard: move the cop car or move out. Alex picked it up, unfazed, adding it to their growing file. Lena dug deeper, requesting HOA financials under public disclosure laws. What she uncovered was a goldmine of absurdity: $25,000 allocated to consulting services from a firm called Kensington Advisors, owned by Marge's brother-in-law, with invoices for vague compliance audits that matched no actual work. This is embezzlement 101, Lena whispered to Alex over coffee. They reached out quietly to disgruntled neighbors, the Wongs. Fined $300 for exotic garden veggies that were just heirloom tomatoes, old Mr. Harlan threatened with liens over a faded welcome mat. Stories poured in: Marge's random inspections that always targeted newcomers or minorities. Her board meetings held in secret with minutes lost conveniently. Alex, the silent observer, started a discreet group chat, sharing Lena's findings. One board member, timid accountant Phil Norris, cracked first. He knocked on their door late one evening, USB drive in hand. I can't sleep anymore, he muttered, handing it over. She's been siphoning funds, pool repairs that never happened. Dues funneled to her family's vendors. I signed off blindly. But this, it's fraud. Lena plugged it in, spreadsheets showing $40,000 diverted over 2 years. Padded expenses for community events that were just Marge's backyard barbecues. Phil, you're complicit, Lena said gently. But testify, and you might get immunity. He nodded, pale but resolute. The noose tightened as Lena looped in her contacts at the DA's office, filing a quiet complaint for investigation into HOA misconduct. The powder keg ignited at the monthly HOA meeting in the stuffy community hall, where fluorescent lights buzzed like angry bees and folding chairs squeaked under shifting bodies. Marge presided at the podium, her pantsuit impeccable, voice dripping false concern. Fellow residents, we've seen troubling noncompliance lately, vehicles disrupting our harmony. I propose a new bylaw: mandatory garage storage for all work cars. Murmurs rippled. But Lena stood, stack of documents in hand. Phil flanking her. Not so fast, Marge. These troubles are smokescreens for your real issues. She slapped the financials on the table. Explain why $15,000 went to your brother-in-law's ghost company for landscaping when the park's overgrown weeds could host a safari. Gasps echoed. Marge's face twisted, smug confidence melting into red-faced fury. Those are confidential. How dare you, Phil interjected. Voice shaking but firm. I provided them. No board vote on those contracts. It's illegal under Davis-Sterling Act. Neighbors erupted. What about my fines? Where's our pool money? Marge banged the podium. This is a witch hunt. I maintain order, you ingrates would have chaos without me. Lena locked eyes. Order? You mean control. We've reported to the AG, embezzlement. Harassment. False reports. Investigations open. The vote came swift. Marge ousted unanimously. Her clipboard clattering to the floor as she stormed out. Face a mask of humiliated rage. But Lena whispered as she passed, you called the law on us. Now it's calling on you. State agents raided Marge's home days later, seizing laptops and files linking her to a web of shell companies across 3 HOAs, totaling $150,000 in siphoned funds. Indictments followed: fraud, conspiracy, even cyber tampering for altering property records to expand her jurisdiction. In the aftermath, Willow Creek breathed freer. The playground got fixed with recovered funds. Fines were refunded. And a new transparent board emerged, with bylaws rewritten for actual community input. Alex, once the rumored outcast, became the quiet hero. Neighbors now nodding respectfully. Lena turned down a state oversight gig, preferring her badge, but started workshops on spotting HOA abuse. Marge? She got 7 years. Her house auctioned. Assets frozen, reduced to a cautionary tale and prison stripes. As kids played unchecked on sidewalks and barbecues lit up without permits. The suburb felt alive. Not policed. But here's the twist that lingers: was Marge the villain for twisting rules? Or were the rules themselves the real tyrant, enabling anyone with a clipboard to play God? You tell me, was justice served? Or did we all just swap one set of chains for another?